Exodus 2:1 And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. 2 And she conceived and bore a son, and seeing him a goodly child, hid him 3 months. 3 And when she could not longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes, and daubed it with slime and with pitch, and put the little one therein, and laid it in the osier by the brink of the river. 4 And his sister stood afar off to know what would be done. 5 And behold, the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself in the river, and her maids walked by the river's brink. And she saw the ark among the osiers, and sent one of her maids to bring it. 6 And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, This is one of the Hebrew children. 7 And his sister said to her, Shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women to nurse the child for thee? 8 She answered, Go. The maid went, and called the child's mother. 9 And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Take this child, and nurse him for me, I will give thee thy wages. The woman took the child, and nursed it. 10 And the child was grown up, and she brought him to the daughter of Pharaoh. And he was made instead of a son to her, and she called his name Moses, saying, Because I took him out of the water. 11 In those days, after Moses was grown up, he went out to his brethren, and saw their affliction, and an Egyptian striking one of the Hebrews his brethren. 12 And when he had looked about this way and that way, and saw no one, he killed the Egyptian, and hid him in the sand. 13 And he went out the next day, and saw 2 Hebrews striving together, and he said to him that did the wrong, Why strikest thou thy neighbor? 14 But he answered, Who hath appointed thee prince, and judge over us? Wilt thou kill me, as thou didst kill the Egyptian? Moses feared and said, How is this come to be known? 15 And Pharaoh heard of this word, and sought to kill Moses, but he fled from his sight, and abode in the land of Madian, and he sat down by a well. 16 And the priest of Madian had 7 daughters, who came to draw water, and when the troughs were filled desired to water their father's flocks. 17 And the shepherds came and drove them away, but Moses stood up and helped them, and watered their flocks. 18 And when they returned to Raguel their father, he said to them, Why are you come sooner than you were wont? 19 They answered, A man of Egypt delivered us from the hands of the shepherds, and he drew water also with us, and gave drink to the flocks. 20 But he said, Where is he? Why have you left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread. 21 And Moses swore that he would dwell with him. And he took Sephora his daughter to wife. 22 And she bore him a son, whom he called Gershom, saying, I have been a stranger in a strange country. And she bore another son, whom he called Eliezer, saying, For the God of my father my helper have delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. 23 Now after a long time the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the works, and cried, and their cry ascended up to God from the works. 24 And God heard their groanings, and remembered the covenant which he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. 25 And God looked upon the children of Israel, and knew them.